So you've heard that digital products are one of the best ways to make money online. Like the fact that there is no need to physically stock objects, no possible broken items on arrival, no stolen items, and no additional maintenance. So now you have this idea that could change your income and maybe even your life. But where do you even start? You're not interested in existing platforms that can quickly become expensive before you even start selling. But at the same time, you don't have the time to learn how to code. Well, if that's you, make sure you watch this video until the end, because I'm going to show you how you can sell your digital products on your very own website with no code involved. Hello, I'm Kay from the Astra team, and in this video, I'm going to teach you how to start selling your own digital products with WordPress and SureCart. And yes, I said SureCart. Because while you may have heard of WooCommerce as the go-to tool when it comes to creating an e-commerce website with WordPress, SureCart is definitely easier and more powerful when it comes to selling digital products, and it comes packed with a ton of additional features even in its free version. Now about WooCommerce, it's a great tool for big online stores, but, because there is a but, it has a steep learning curve. It's not the easiest of tools to learn about. Next, it can be complex to find extensions to achieve the desired outcome, because there are the official extensions, but you cannot always find what you need. And that brings me to my next point. You need to rely on third-party extensions that are not always optimal. They don't always have the same quality and developers than the official versions, and you can run into issues. Now, when it comes to SureCart, it's definitely great with digital products. It's easy to get started. You can literally start selling in minutes. It has more built-in features, and it's faster. It's actually headless. And by headless, I mean that most of the operations happen in the cloud and not on your WordPress install. Next, it's cheaper. And let me give you just one example. Let's say that you want to start selling digital subscriptions. Well, with WooCommerce, you need to get this extension that you see on screen for about $199 per year. Now, when it comes to SureCart, digital subscriptions come even with the free plan. So $0 beat any price, right? Now, of course, if you want more advanced features, you may want to take one of the premium plans. You get a starter plan, the business, and the pro plan, depending on what you need. But even the starter plan with more advanced feature for advanced subscriptions costs $99 at the time of recording this video. And bear in mind that the starter plan doesn't just come with advanced subscriptions, it comes with a ton of other features. So we're comparing one feature on one hand to a pack of features for half the price. And once again, if you don't need the additional features, just go with the free plan. Actually, in this video, we're just going to use the free plan. But hey, if you're interested in the premium plans, you'll find the link in the description below. Now, let's take a look at what we're going to build. So we're going to build a website for a photographer that may want to sell some of his digital photos. So for this, we've built an eStore page, and potential customers can click on Buy Now. And if they do so, they land on this gorgeous instant checkout page. But if they want more info about this product, and if they want to see a bigger version of this photo, all they need to do is click on More Info. And here they can see a bigger version of the photo, and they can go through regular checkout or add to cart. And that triggers this beautiful flyout cart. They can modify the number of licenses and go to regular checkout. And once they're done with their shopping, they can go to their dashboard, where they have access to their order history, plans, payments, and downloads. And of course, they can change information about their account, like their password and so on. Now, let's quickly talk about the different types of digital products and the one we're going to use for this tutorial. So there are many types of digital products, but let me just share a few of the most popular ones. You got ebooks, software, and by software, it can be like full-blown software, or it could be WordPress plugins. You got web-based applications, or SaaS for software as a service. Something you would pay for the service right in your browser, for example. Graphics and digital art. If you create beautiful graphics with your computer, or maybe you paint with your tablet and your pencil, you may want to sell your digital art. Music and audio. You may sell soundtrack, or you may even sell sounds, because sound design is a big part in video production, for example. Next, you could sell fonts or documents. For example, if you're a lawyer, you want to sell templates of legal documents, you can do so online. Courses. And you're probably aware of how popular online courses have become these last years. Next, spreadsheets. Maybe you are an Excel genius and you may want to sell your formulas. Stock video, because video has become very big online and will keep on doing so. And last but not least, stock photo. And we'll actually use stock photo as the use case for this tutorial. Okay, so the first step is to install a WordPress theme. And as you may have guessed, we'll install Astra. So in WordPress, you want to go to Appearance, Themes, then you want to click on Add New, and you should find the Astra theme right here. Now, if you don't find it, just type in the Search Themes field and just type Astra. So I'm just going to click on Install and Activate. Now at this stage, if we go to the front end of our website and refresh the page, we can now see that Astra is installed. But of course, we want to spice it up a little bit. So back in WordPress, after we installed Astra and activated it, we can see here that we have a prompt to start using starter templates. Now, the starter templates library has more than 200 ready to import website templates so that you can install beautiful designs in just one click. And we're actually going to use this one. So in WordPress, all you need to do is click on starter templates, but let's say that you've lost this prompt. So let me close this. So all you need to do is to go on the left panel and where you see Astra, click on Dashboard and click on Starter Templates. Now, before you do that, if you're new to Astra, let me remind you that you can watch a quick onboarding video and actually sitting on top of my head here in the dashboard. Or if you got more time, you can follow our masterclass video and I'll put the link to this video in the description below. But for the time being, let's click on Starter Templates. Click on Install and Activate, and it's activated. And automatically you are redirected to this page. Click on Build Your Website Now, and we're going to use the blog editor version. Next, you can either go through the various categories or you can just scroll and choose the one that you want, but I know which one I want, so I'm just going to type it in the Search for Starter Templates field. And it's called Love Nature. So let me click on it. Okay, so here we have a preview and right here I can upload my logo, but I don't want to do this now. So click on Skip and Continue. And you can choose your color palette. I'm actually going to pick this color palette right here. You can also change your fonts, but I like these ones, so I'm going to keep it as it is. Next, click on Continue. And before you click on Submit and Build My Website, you may want to fill in the form if you want to help us to keep on creating even better products just for you. Next, click on Submit and Build My Website. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. And voila, your website is built and it took just 19 seconds to build. And I'm not even kidding. Next, click on View Your Website. And there you go, just like in the demo. So let's scroll back up and then hover over the name of your website and click on Dashboard. And right here in the dashboard, just under Astra, you can see that we have now an item called Spectra. And in case you didn't know, Spectra is the visual website builder that works with the default WordPress editor. And as you may imagine, it works seamlessly with Astra and starter templates. And if you're interested, you'll find a link in the description below. And talking about Spectra, if we take a look at the demo that we see here on screen, it's absolutely beautiful, but we wanted to change it a little bit for this tutorial. So here is the hero section, and now this is what we made with it. Now it's full screen. And now if we take a look at the next section, which here is our services, in the tutorial, it's Purchase My Work. Now, we're not going to show you how to change every single detail in this tutorial because that would take way longer and the video is already going to be long enough. But you can still follow along because we've used the same elements from the starter template and from Spectra. All that's changing is the aesthetics. And if you're not familiar with Spectra, I'll link to a tutorial in the description below. Next, let's install SureCart, shall we? So in WordPress, you want to go to Plugins, Add New, and then locate the search field and just type SureCart or WordPress e-commerce. Click on Install Now and click on Activate. Next, in the left panel, hover over SureCart and click on Get Started. Click on Set up my store, enter your name, your email address, and add a secure password. Then click on Sign Up and next select your plan. Now for this tutorial, we're going to select the free plan. Next, enter your store details and click on Next Step. Next, you are invited to connect a payment processor, but we'll do that later. So click on the link at the bottom of the screen. Next, on this screen, you'll find the API token to WordPress, so make sure you copy this token. Next, click on Back to WordPress and paste the token that you've just copied. Next, click on Complete Installation. Next, under SureCart in the left panel, click on Settings. And as you can see up there, there are plenty of settings, but for this tutorial, we're going to keep things simple and most things can be left to default. Also, it's going to be different for each and every one depending on what you're selling, where you're living, yada, yada, yada. So most of the settings are pretty self-explanatory, but we can start with the design and branding. And on this screen, we can change the brand color. And I'm going to make it match the color palette that I chose for this tutorial. Next, you can add a logo. So click on Upload Media. And I'm going to add this logo. Click on it to choose it. And click on the Choose button. Next, click on Save. Now, next in the navigation, we have order and receipts, abandoned checkout, notifications, subscriptions, the subscription saver, which is a premium feature, the customer portal, taxes, payment processors, data export, connection, and advanced. Once again, we're going to keep things simple. So we're going to start with payment processors, but just before that, a word on taxes. And as you can see, there are plenty of options when it comes to taxes. You can enable tax collection, enable a fallback tax rate, and manage by tax regions. Now, we're not accountants, so I strongly advise you that you check with your own accountant because the rules are going to be different depending on where you live, what type of business you have. So make sure you consult an accountant, and even better, have a meeting with the accountant, log in, show them all the options, and they will tell you what to do and how to fill it in. Now, very important, before we connect a payment processor, you need to verify your SureCart account. So you must have gotten this email, and all you need to do is click on the Verify Your Account button. And voila, your email address has been verified. Okay, back in the SureCart settings, click on Payment Processors. And as we can see, we have a few options, but for this tutorial, we're going to use Stripe, so click on Stripe. And now, very important, in the top right corner, you see live mode and test mode. Now, because this is a tutorial, obviously, we're going to use the test mode. And actually, it's advised to use the test mode while you're building your website. So let's click on test mode. And now with test mode selected, click on connect. And if you don't have Stripe, you can just go to stripe.com and open an account for free. Next, type in the email address of your Stripe account and click on continue. Next, type your password and click on login. And next, enter the security code that you received from Stripe, depending on which option you chose. I received it on my smartphone. Next, click on connect, and voila, you successfully connected to Stripe. Now I know that was way too easy, but you'd better get used to it. Next, time to create our products with SureCart. So in WordPress, you want to go to SureCart, Products, then click on Add New, give your product a name, and then click on Create. Give your product a description, and next click on Add a Price. Give it a name, in this case I typed High Resolution Image. Next, payment type. In this case it's going to be one time, but as mentioned, it could have been installment or subscription because they come with the free plan of SureCart. But we're going to keep it to one time. Now the price for the first one is going to be $98, then click on Create Price. Next, let's scroll down, and where it says Downloads, click on Add Downloads. And as you can see here, we have two options. Either a secure storage, and this is in the cloud, and yes, even with the free version of SureCart, you get an allowance of storage where you can store your files. And next you have external link, and as the name suggests, you can type in any external link. But in this case, we're going to select the secure storage. Click on Upload Media, click on Open, then select the download by clicking on it, and click on the Choose button. Great, download is added. Now let's scroll back up, make sure that the product is available for purchase. And for this tutorial, we're not going to deal with taxes. But as I showed you earlier on, you can set this up in the SureCart settings with your accountant. Next, click on Add Image, and this time we're going to click on Upload Media. Once again, let's scroll down to the file you want to add. In this case, I want to add a file with a watermark, because this way potential buyers can see the image in a bigger size but cannot steal the image. Now, if you don't know how to add a watermark, basically there are plenty of tools. There are some free tools, some paying tools. Here I'm using Affinity Photo, but you can use Photoshop, you can use Photopea, which is free online, you can use many tools. I'm sure you know of many already, but basically it's just an overlay on top of the image, and then I just play with the transparency. What you can also do is degrade the quality image when you save your image so that people can't steal it, but you should be pretty safe with a watermark. Next, click on Open, and you know the drill now. Select the image by clicking on it, and then click on Choose. And next, click on Save Products. Now I'm going to repeat this operation twice because I'm going to create 2 additional products, but I'm just gonna fast track this so we can stay focused on the tutorial. But I'm going to use exactly the same settings. Next, now that we created our products, it's time to create our product pages. And don't get me wrong, with SureCart, we could link this product right here, straight to the instant checkout. But since it's a website for a photographer that wants to sell digital downloads and especially photos, potential buyers may want to see, actually not may want, will want to see that image in a larger format. So I'm going to show you how to create a custom page like this one. So as you can see here, I can click on the image and now we have a lightbox, and here I can see the image in a bigger size. So as a potential buyer, I can see how beautiful the image is, and I can't use it like this even if I'm a smart guy because there's a watermark on it. So it would take too much time to try to remove things, and yeah, let's just buy it. So in WordPress, in the top left corner, hover over the name of your website and click on Visit Site. And next we're going to go to the Services page. Why? Because we're going to reuse the layout of this page. So in the top bar, click on Edit Page. Now let me scroll down and I'm going to click around this area so the whole block is selected. You can see here because it's highlighted in blue. And if you're not sure, you can always click on the list view icon in the top left corner. And here you see the different containers laid out. So this is our first container here on top. And then here is a second container. We want the whole container. So I'm going to click on the 3 dots and click on Copy Block. Now let's go back to WordPress, then go to Pages, Add New. And I'm going to give it the same name as the product. So for the first one, it was this. And I'm going to click on the little I because I don't want the title to show on the page. So now it will be hidden. Next, where you see type to choose a block, let me put my cursor in there. And then I'm just going to right click and paste. And here is my block. Now, before we keep on customizing this page, we need to change some settings. So here in the top right corner, let's click on the Astra settings icon. And for the content layouts, let's select full width stretched. And next in the advanced settings, where you see transparent header, we want to select disabled. And then click to return to post. Now we chose those settings specifically for this starter template, but if you use a different starter template, you may want to use different settings depending on your taste or many other variables. Now, if you want to know everything about Astra, once again, why not go and watch our masterclass video? So as you can see here, we have an image and then we have an info block. But because we are still in the Astra settings right here, you can see the settings for the blocks and the content. So for this, let's click on this icon right here, Settings. And now we're back on the block settings. So as you can see, when you select a block, you see the name of the block here. It's an info box. So the plan will be to just change the text. So in this case, it's going to be, once again, the name of our product. Then you can change the text, change the price, and here you have a button. Now it looks transparent, but you can change the settings. Now the key thing here is that if we click on this block, as you can see here, it's an image. Now we want to replace this image by a gallery. So now what I'm going to do is, with the block selected, I'm going to click on the plus sign in the top left corner. And then I'm going to type gallery. We have 2, and I'm going to choose the Spectra gallery, and you can see it's from Spectra because it's blue. So let's click on it. Click on select images. And for our first product, I'm going to pick this image with the watermark. Click on create new gallery. And click on Insert Gallery. Now I don't need this image anymore, so let me select it, click on the 3 dots and remove image. Now as you can see, it looks good, but it's not the original ratio. So let me click on the gallery, and next where it says type, I'm going to select masonry. Now if you have several images, you could choose carousel, and then you can click on arrows to go from one image to the other. But in this case, it's only one image. So let me select masonry, and as you can see, we have the correct ratio. Next, I'm going to click on the caption subtab and I'm going to disable captions. but feel free to leave it and add captions. Now regarding the button, so I'm going to click here, and as you can see one more time, it's an info box that comes with a title, a description, and a button or call to action. So in the General tab, I click on the sub-tab Call to Action, and here I have a few options. But for the time being, I'm just going to select the text and replace it by Buy Now. Now at this stage, we got all the elements we need except for the link to the Buy Now, but we'll see that in a moment. But I'm just going to speed this up and show you the final results with all the aesthetic edits that I made. And there you go. So let's click on Publish. And just like before, I'm going to create 2 additional pages for the 2 remaining products. Next, because we've previously set our Stripe payment processor in test mode, there is something very important we need to do with the SureCart checkout form. So in WordPress, you want to go to Pages, All Pages, then hover over the checkout page and click on Edit. And here, as you can see, we have a label that says Live. You want to click on it and change it to Test. Next, click on Update, and then click on Save. And it's very, very important that you do this, because if you don't, it's not going to work when you're going to try to do test payments. Next, let's create an eStore page, shall we? Now, as mentioned previously, we could have gone straight from the home page to each product with the instant checkout, but as we saw, people who want to purchase images want to see the image in a bigger size, like here with a big lightbox. Now, one good thing to do is to have a central page where you can have all the products. So I'm going to show you how you can do it easily with Spectra. So first of all, in WordPress, you're going to hover over the name of your website and click on Visit Site. And then while on the home page, let's click on Edit Page. Let's scroll down, and I'm going to select the whole block here. So I'm going to click right here. So the whole block is selected. Once again, you can click on the document overview. Make sure it's the container that you want, because you will see it's highlighted with a color outline. So click on the 3 dots and click on Copy Block. Next, in WordPress, you want to go to Pages, Add New, and let's call this page eStore. Then let's click on the little I to make sure the title doesn't appear on top of the page. And once again, let's click on the Astra settings. Let's make it full width stretched. Then click on Advanced Settings, and we want to disable the transparent header, which comes by default with this starter template. So let's click on Return to Post. And then where it says Type to Choose Block, I'm going to insert the cursor in it, right click, and paste. Next, I'm going to change the title to eStore. And let me click back on the settings so we have access to the block settings. Okay, next, let me select the first block, then click on the plus sign, and I'm going to look for a buttons block or widget. And I'm going to select the Spectra one, which comes in blue. So let me click on it. And here I have my 2 buttons. Let me close the document view. So my first button is going to be Buy Now. And my second button is going to be More Info. Now we'll link to these later, but for the time being, I just want to select the container that contains both buttons. So I click here, or in the list view, make sure you select Buttons right here, and not the individual buttons. So with my buttons container selected, I click on the 3 dots, duplicate, then I'm just going to drag it right here under the second container. Now let's repeat the operation here, duplicate, and here. And let me close the list view so we have more space. And here is the final result with the final styling. And let's update our work. Okay, now let's link everything together, shall we? So first, let's link our product pages with our products. So first of all, in WordPress, you want to go to SureCart, Products. Then let's click on the first product. And we're going to use a feature from SureCart called Instant Checkout, which, as the name says, triggers instant checkout. So in the top right corner, click on Instant Checkout. And then you have a few options here. So we're going to make it published and in test mode. And if you remember, we're all set when it comes to test payments with Stripe and the checkout form. Next, you can decide to show the store logo, product image, description, coupons field, and required terms and conditions. Now, I'm going to leave it as default, but before I save the product, as you can see here, there's a link. I'm just going to click on the little copy icon and then click on Save Product. Next, in WordPress, you want to go to Pages, All Pages, and I'm going to select the page corresponding to the product. So as the name says, Itakwe Alpha is the same as our product. So let me click on it, and here is our product page. And here I'm just going to click on the info box, then click on the call to action subtab, and where it says link, I'm going to remove the pound sign and just paste the link I just copied. So let me click on update. So now this call to action button is going to trigger the instant checkout, and you'll see all about it in the next segment. But what if you want traditional checkout or add to cart? Let's do it now. So with our info box selected, I'm just going to click on the plus sign in the top left corner, and I'm going to type buy. And here is our buy button. So let me click on it, then let's scroll down, and here we need to select the corresponding product. So with the name Itakwe Alpha, which I've chosen, let me click on this one more time, and click on create buy button. Now with our button selected, here on the right hand side I can change the name. I'm just going to call it buy, and I'm not going to style this button, so you can make the difference with the instant checkout button. Okay, let's repeat the operation. Click on the plus sign, but this time let's type add to cart. Oh, here it is. Once again, let's select our product, and now let's click on update. Now you know the drill. Now I'm going to repeat this operation twice. So I'm going to open both products, both product pages, and do exactly the same thing. Next, let's collect the products on our eStore page respectively to the instant checkout and the product pages. Next, in WordPress, go to SureCart, products, then click on the first product, click on the instant checkout box, and click on copy link. Now back in WordPress, go to pages, all pages, and then click on eStore. Select the first button of the first product by clicking on it, then click on the content subtab, and where it says link, you want to remove the pound sign and paste the link you just copied. Next, you want to go to pages, all pages, then hover over the name of the first product page, and where it says view, you want to right click and click on copy link. Then go back to the eStore page and select the second button by clicking on it. Then click on the content subtab, and once again, where it says link, you want to remove the pound sign and paste the link you just copied. Let's update our work and just repeat the operation for the other remaining products. Next, let's add our eStore page to the website navigation. So in WordPress, you want to go to Appearance, Menus. Now by default, it has the footer menu selected. So let's click on eStore, Add to Menu, and let's place it just before Contact. Let's save our menu, but we're not done because of course we want to change the header. So in the drop-down, select Header, click on Select, and let's repeat the operation. eStore, Add to Menu. Let's drag it just before Contact and save menu. And now on the front end, if I refresh our page, there you go. The eStore page is in the menu. And while we're talking about the header, there are a few things that we want to change, like the call to action. So in WordPress, you want to go to Pages, All Pages, then identify the dashboard page, hover over where it says View, right-click on it, and copy the link. Next, go to Appearance, Customize, hover over the call to action, and click on the little edit icon. We're going to change the text to Dashboard, and we're going to remove the link and paste the link we just copied. Next, click on the Design tab, and let's change the border radius to 30 on each side, and click on Publish. Okay, and last but not least, on our homepage, if we scroll down to the Purchase My Work section, we may want to add a button linking to the eStore. So in WordPress, you want to go to Pages, All Pages, then identify the homepage and click on Edit. Then scroll down, and right where it says Purchase My Work, I'm going to open the list view. Make sure I select the right container. I can just click on anything here in this container, and then I'm going to select the main container, just to be sure I identify the correct one. So as you can see, we have our heading, and then we have a container with the 3 products. So with that container selected, let me click on the plus sign button. And once again, I'm going to select the Spectra widget. I just need one button, so let me click on the second one, click on the right dots, and remove button. And I'm going to change the title to eStore. Now here in the presets, let me select the rounded button, and it's a bit too close to the container above, so let me click on Style, then on the Spacing subtab, and let me unlink the margin values by clicking on the link icon, and I'm going to give it a top margin of 40 pixels. Now, this is the final styling, and with the button selected, go to the General tab, Content, and as you've probably guessed, we'll need to paste the link of the eStore page here. So let's go back to WordPress, Pages, All Pages, identify the eStore link by hovering over it, right-click on View, and click on Copy a Link. Then go back to the home page, remove the pound sign in the link box, and paste the link we just copied. Next, click on Update. Now, previously in this video, I talked about cart modes. I talked about instant checkout, but also the traditional mode. So what is this all about? Let's take a look. So let me demonstrate. So here, if I click on eStore, and if I click on Buy Now, and as you can see, we land on this gorgeous instant checkout page. We got the picture, we got the description, because we chose so in the options. And we can make our test payment right away. Now, let's go back, and now let's click on More Info. And let's refresh the page. And as you can see, it seems like nothing happened. There is no cart. It's not in the cart. But if we click on More Info, we do find our instant checkout button and the other two that I haven't styled so that you can really see the difference. So now if I click on Buy, it's taking me to the standard checkout form. And now if I go back, as you can see in the bottom right corner, we have this little cart icon with the number 1. If I click on it, here is my flyout cart. Now let's pick another product. Let's go to eStore, More Info on product number 3, and let's click on Add to Cart. And as you can see, now it added our third product to the cart. And here we can play with values, which would only make sense if you needed 2 different licenses because it's a digital product. And now if I click on Checkout, I can purchase all of my items. So as you can see with the instant checkout, it's a no-frills process. People just want one product. They click on instant checkout, it's gorgeous, beautiful, and they get in and out. Whereas with the traditional checkout, you can add to cart, change the number of items you want in the cart. Okay, next, let's make a test purchase, shall we? So as a potential customer, I'm surfing on the page, then click on eStore. I really like this one. So Buy Now, I want to see it first. So let's click on More Info. Looks good, looks even better. Let me check this out. Wow. Yeah, I definitely want this one. Now, time out. For this tutorial, I've left the Buy and Add to Cart button unstyled, but obviously in a live website, I will style the buttons accordingly and make sure we don't have 3 buttons, but a maximum of 2, and that it would match the styling of the overall website. I actually want to buy this right now. So Buy Now. Let me put in my email address, my name, and my dummy card number. And let me hit purchase. Yay! Your payment was successful and your order is complete. A receipt is on its way to your inbox. Continue. Oh nice, I'm taken straight to the dashboard and I can set a password. So let me do this just in case I want to be a customer again or just want to re-download my purchase. Let me hit update password. Okay, so here I can see my order history and I have access to my downloads. Now this is the dashboard, but I can also access my orders here by clicking on the Orders tab. Check if I have any available plans, but I don't because there was no subscription, or I can access my downloads right away. Nice, let me download my purchase and click on download. Awesome. And here it is, just beautiful. Now they said I would receive an email and I did, so I can also download my purchase from this email, but the link is only valid 24 hours and after that you can download the files from the customer portal that we just saw. I mean, look at this customer dashboard, it looks super professional. And if I click here at the bottom, I can also access my account and my billing info. So here on my account, I can change my account email, first name, last name, display name, and update my password. And if I click on billing, I can see my payment history or even add payment methods. Now, after testing that everything works great, it's now time to go live. So the first place you want to go is in SureCart, Settings, and then click on Payment Processors. And as you can see here for Stripe, we got test payments enabled, but not the live payments. So just click on Stripe, then make sure this time you're in live mode, and repeat the procedure we saw earlier on for the test mode. So just click on Connect and follow the instructions on screen. Now let's go back. You may want to go to test mode, click on where it says enabled, and click on disconnect and then save if you want to disconnect the test mode. Next, you want to go to SureCart, Forms, click on Checkout, and where it says Test, you want to change this label to Live, and then click on Update. Now, last but not least, in WordPress, you want to go to SureCart, Products, then you want to open a product, and now here at the top right corner where you see Instant Checkout, you want to click on the drop down and you want to deactivate test mode, and then click on Save Products. And of course, you want to repeat this operation for all of your products that use Instant Checkout. Congratulations, you can now start selling your digital products and make money online. Now, you just saw what we did with the free version of SureCart, so just imagine what you could do with the pro version, one of the pro versions. So you got the startup, the business, and the pro plans. There are many features like advanced subscription, free and paid trials, order bumps, and much, much more. So if you're interested, you'll find the link in the description below.